Hello everyone, my name is roundup and welcome to This Week in Android Development for September 24, 2012. Last week on Android Developers Live, stopwatch and timer apps were the target of Android Design in Action, hosted by Nick and Adam, live from New York and London. What happens when you apply the Holo theme to the skeuomorphic classic hybrid stopwatch and timer? Check out the video to find out. Last Thursday, the path of the Space Shuttle Endeavour's final flight took it almost directly above our Mountain View studio. While our colleagues were out experiencing this unique moment in space exploration history, Ian and I were here in the studio, broadcasting the premiere episode of Android Developers Strike Back. Our stopwatch and timer app clinic patients joined us via Hangout to tell us exactly what we could do with our helpful feedback. Check out the video to learn how much of it was anatomically possible. As usual, we rounded off the week with our review shows. On the Friday Games Review, viewers wept as Ko Kim was absent once more and Dan Galpin's headwear was joined by the inimitable Ian Nee Lewis, Esquire, for a review of a selection of games as chosen by you. Then on the app clinic, I slipped on my thrift store skinny jeans to put camera and photography apps to the test with Ian, who, based on the number of shows he co-hosted, may or may not be living out of our studio. All of last week's broadcasts and all the schedules for this week's shows are available from Google Developers Live, that's developers.google.com/live/Android. It's the end of quarter and our team has objectives and key results to achieve, so there are 8 shows scheduled this week, including a full roster of office hours, starting with ADL Plus, live from Hong Kong on Tuesday afternoon. On Wednesday, join Nick and Rich for their weekly European office hours live from London. Also on Wednesday, we've invited accessibility guru TV Raman to join Trevor and Joe for our US office hours Q&A session. On Thursday, Bruno will be hosting his bi-weekly Portuguese language edition of Android Developers Live. Bruno assures us he's talking about Android, but for all I know, he could be offering cooking tips and marital advice, so if you speak Portuguese, tune in and let us know exactly what Bruno's been broadcasting. Roman is back from his stay at the shore this week and will be joining Nick and Adam for Android Design in Action this Tuesday at 10:30 AM Eastern Time, live from the style capitals of New York and London. This week, the guys are performing an extreme makeover on Flickr Viewer Glimmer and classic camera replacement app Camera Zoom Effects. Find out what the developers of these fine apps think about their extreme makeovers on Thursday when we invite them and the other camera app clinic patients to join us for Developers Strike Back. Join us live as these developers tell us a little more about their apps, what they've got planned, and what we can do with our feedback in the future. I'm planning a holiday to Hawaii later this year, so we're holding a travel planning and booking app clinic at our new regular time of 10:30 AM Pacific this Friday. Use the moderator page linked here to nominate the apps you'll be using to plan your winter escape this holiday season. Then at 12, join Dan's hat and whoever's sitting underneath it for another episode of the Friday Games Review. Will Ko be able to pry Ian from the co-host's chair? Will Dan's hat become self-aware and start hosting the show itself? Tune in this Friday to find out and hit up the moderator page to nominate the games you'd like to see us review. In other Android development news last week, if you've used ADT to create a new Android project, you've probably noticed the template options available for deciding what type of UI you'd like to start with. If you ever wanted to build your own application templates, we've now published formal documentations on the template format and syntax alongside the official templates right in the Android open source project. In new and updated apps, popular social productivity app Do launched this week, as did Bloomberg Radio Plus, providing you with 24-hour live streaming and on-demand listening for your finance and economics reporting needs. If you've got a tablet, the Glue Society presents Watch with Mother, an app that includes 6 episodes of horror comedy for your viewing pleasure. In great news for news fans, The Times has launched a tablet-optimized layout of their popular news apps. And finally, for my Aussie compatriots, if you're banking with ANZ, their new app, ANZ Go Money, gives you access to all your banking needs direct from your mobile. That's all for this week in Android development. My name is roundup. Thanks for watching.